Hey, what's up? Ken from Palm Beach Dyno here. I'm sitting here with Rick Dixon from Utah, and he's picking up his brand new CX1100R. But before we talk about it, let's check it out. Rick, we're here driving your new CX1100. Now, a lot of you guys might think like this is the first time he's driven it, but it's already been on the dyno. He's already been at the track because we're selling you guys performance, not just, you know, a bunch of parts. So we wanted to see what it would do at the track. But first we're going to talk about how the car wound up with us.
You know, I have had some GT500s in the past, some older kind. I wanted the new feel, the new power. But before I bought it, I wanted to be able to modify it and to do something that, you know, would have some power that I've never had before. I did a lot of research. I looked at a lot of places and found you guys and thought, this is exactly what, in fact, I found you guys before I bought the car.
Okay, that's great. Obviously, you're very, very far away from us. I don't know exactly how many miles, but you're all the way out in Utah. What made you decide to send it to us?
Yes, it's a long ways when you got a brand new car to ship it out across the country, literally across the country, which is what I did. I did a lot of research. I researched a lot of different places. There's some, you know, a lot of people, companies that will modify. There's some well-known companies, as you and I have talked.
Yeah.
But there's nobody that can do what you do with the detail, in my opinion. And I confirmed that again as I've come out. We did a full, you know, CX1100R build on this car. And after taking it to the track, and by the way, I've never run a quarter mile before.
We'll talk more about that story in a little bit. That was news to me. I want to give it a little bit of a perspective from my side too on that. Rick arrived yesterday. And we were dynoing the vehicle, and we started out on the large pulley just to make sure everything's okay. So let's go ahead and watch a few of those pulls, and then we'll tell you some more about how the track went. Now, we still got a lot more pulley to go on that, but we wanted to get to the track because we had the track rented last night. And I found out right before we left for the track, I walked up to Rick and I said, are you driving? And he's like, sure. And that was it. And I'm like, okay. And then I thought more about it, and I was like, hey, Rick, have you ever been down the drag strip before? And he was like, nope. So maybe this isn't the best car to take down the track for the first time. So
well, hey, I've never been over 100, maybe 21 miles an hour.
Really?
Either.
Oh, I did not know that.
I mean, I like 0 to 60.
Sure, but yeah, the high speed
but
stuff.
I've just never been, you know, that higher than 120-ish.
Wow, I didn't know that part. That's great. Yeah. So for last night, we left the large pulley on it, so he could get familiar with it. I made a pass just to make sure everything was good, since I know the car real well, and we didn't want to make sure there was any noises going on that he was not familiar with. But then, you know, you never used the burnout at home, or did you try?
No.
So nothing. You did nothing.
Didn't understand, you know, the launch and stuff like that.
Yeah. But here's the great part of this story is I'm a little nervous, to be honest with you. I deal with a lot of people that haven't raced before, so I'm not sure how that's going to go. So I said, all right, Rick, leave. It was a rental, so of course we have a little bit more flexibility. In the burnout box, he left the window down to start, and I just talked him through the process, and you nailed it on the first try.
You walked it. If you have somebody walking you through, it makes it real easy.
Yeah. And then, obviously we walked up to the line, lined him up, and then he made his first pass. So let's go ahead and watch that burnout and the first pass and see how it went. That's amazing, dude.
Woo! All right.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you, sir.
I teach a lot of people to drag race, and some people do get it quick like that, but most don't. All right, so that was his first pass, and again, he's manually shifting this car also, which adds another level of difficulty. I suggested that you automatic shift it, but he wanted to manually shift it, and he proved me wrong. So then we decided to make a couple changes, but the problem was we really brought the car there not set up perfectly, so we're going to be taking it back to the track tomorrow, and we're going to follow up with you on that. But the issue is this. So we have the large pulley on it, which at that point, what did it put down? 950, 960. It's should make close to 1,000, but we didn't really push it that hard on the dyno.
953.
953. So it made 953, but we also had the very large tire on it, which is the 305, which I don't even run on my car anymore at the higher power level, but that's what we had available. Rick had his his signature wheels with the Toyo tires on it. And while I think we could go fast on those, we wanted to get the traction. But unfortunately, the large tire, it would only go like a 185 60 foot. And maybe we could have made some changes to get past that, but the larger pulley makes that extra difficult. So what we're gonna do is put 325s on those wheels and take it back to the track tomorrow. But anyway, let's go ahead and watch his second pass right now.
It was an incredible, heart-thumping experience. When you've not run a car that has 1,000 horsepower in a quarter mile, you can't explain it. The burnout's incredible, but then the launch, powerful, and before you know it, I'm faster than I've ever gone before. I ended at 144 miles an hour.
Yep, yeah.
I've never been 144 miles an hour in a car before, but it wasn't scary. It wasn't sideways on me. It was straight, quick, and just bam. And of course, at the end, shut it down and got on the brakes a bit and was ready for number 2. It was just awesome. Not a scary experience. The car is solid. What I was concerned about, because I've seen a lot of videos, and you see the Demons and some others. I've seen Demons go, sideways off the side of the road, and they wreck their car. And I don't want that. The technology in the GT500 is solid. The
hardest part about driving this car is the technology, as far as the buttons and line lock and making sure everything's correct and all that. But once you're going down the track, I've driven a lot of fast cars, but I don't think I've ever driven a car that traps what these trap. and go down the track so incredibly smooth. You know, no vibrations, nothing. I mean, you feel a great sense of speed, but you also feel very safe. You know? And that's what's cool about it.
And again, I've never done a quarter-mile run before. And you know, the first time we were almost in the 9 seconds with the smaller pulley. And that's what I wanted. I wanted a 9-second car, which this is.
Yep, absolutely.
And that's what I was excited about.
Yep. So yeah, what we're gonna do now is after this, we're gonna head back to the dyno and we're gonna put the smaller pulley on, see what kind of power it makes on that, and then take it back to the track tomorrow. We're
at Palm Beach Dyno. Ken's in my car. Rob, titanium backbone shoemaker, is there beside him. This is our last pull, our dyno pull. We should be over 1,000. I've got the CX1100R package, 1,100 horsepower at the engine. If that's the case, it should do over 1,000 horsepower on the dyno. I'm excited to see what happens. Hopefully we're over 1,000. Let's check it out. You did it. 10, 1,025. That's what I'm talking about. Beautiful.
All right, that was a great time. We really appreciate Rick Dixon trusting us with his car. Really proud of how this one came out. Some people have asked about getting their own CX1100 package. Give us a call, we can help you out. Now, there's two different versions of this. You can call and get these parts, and you know, car is a CX1100 GT500, but to get the full sticker package and the serial numbers and our stamp of approval, it has to come here to be built. There's lots of reasons for that, but in the end, we want to make sure we're selling you a final package that performs. And in this case, that night we went to the track, the tire combo wasn't the perfect setup for the car, and it went 10s. So we took it back to the track. Luckily, our buddy over at Drag Times, Brooks, gave us a call. Shmi was in town, so we brought this out to run against the Plaid. Now, of course, this car wasn't set up to go low 9s, but we wanted to go out and have some fun, and we did. So check out that footage. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with your friends, and we'll see you on the next one.